Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Pete Braley Show. I'm Pete Braley, along with my producer, director, show creator, my co-host, and youngest son, Matt.
That's me.
And yes,
The trophy's here.
Yeah.
Y'all said you want it, and I mean,
Did they?
I'm proud to show it off.
Did they really say they wanted
was
it?
Gail. Gail said it would look nice there. So
He's already got on my case this morning because I just normally put my coffee there. And he said,
that doesn't work.
No, you're covering up my trophy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I'll tell you what we can do though. We can push it. We can push it back a little.
but I'm still blocking it, aren't I?
That's true. All right. Readjust.
It has to go there.
Readjust. Oh,
All right.
I had this centered.
Did you measure it?
There we go.
Do you
Good
have
enough.
Do you have an app for it?
Good enough. I guess there probably is an app for that.
By the way, the 1970s cassette recorder is on the bottom shelf.
Well, you talk so much crap about it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to get rid of it.
I don't mean to talk
I threw it
crap
up
about
against a wall. I cried. I played some Nickelback. I'm ready to go.
You played the Nickelback. Wow.
I love Nickelback. Have we talked about this on the show?
I think we have.
I think we have.
About
I don't get why he's hated.
why is that band hated so much? Why is it
so many jams?
Yeah, when you're insulting someone or picking out, I bet you like Nickelback. Well, yeah, I do. You know.
Yeah, I tried
Sorry.
to look it up one time. I was like, why is there all this hate for Nickelback? I saw a bunch of stuff about his hair looks like ramen noodles. I was like, that's hilarious, but I mean, I don't think that's justified.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. I mean,
Anyways.
he's not the only singer with a unique voice, you know. I mean,
And crazy hair. I don't.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't even think he has the hair anymore. By the way, guys. So maybe it's time to turn a new leaf
Yeah.
and
Maybe.
and love Nickelback. Let's get him the Grammy nom that he deserves.
Should we get him trending today? Try to get him trending.
Yes, us and our massive show here.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yes.
Our Twitter page has 9 followers, I think.
Let's go.
Yeah.
It's because Twitter is just I'm going to get hate for this. People love Twitter and live by Twitter. I'm not a fan.
Really?
Not a fan. No, not really. I love Instagram. That's my go-to. TikTok's pretty awesome. But yeah, Twitter.
I just find Twitter, excuse me, Twitter is where I get a lot of great ideas, you know, because I follow a lot of news sources.
Yeah, for you it's good because
Yeah.
it's like news-related stuff. So that makes sense.
But, yeah.
Do you guys like Twitter? I know a lot of
Let us know.
a lot of people here are like Facebook loyalists.
Yes.
Like they live
Yeah.
and die by Facebook.
Yeah.
If it weren't for family, I would never touch. If it weren't for family and like the show, like business stuff, I wouldn't touch that app.
Really?
To save my life. I hate it.
Wow.
Hate it with a burning passion.
Wow. And what is this? Here I am, you know, talking to my kid. Hey, what's this thing called the internet? What's this thing called Twitch?
That's a streaming platform.
I read that a lot of gamers
it's
use
made
it.
popular by video. It's but what we're doing right now, this live stream, same concept over there.
Okay.
Very popular with the gaming community. Yes.
All right.
Yep.
No,
I used to love watching my favorite video gamers on Twitch. I don't really have the time for that anymore.
I follow a
Growing up sucks.
Yes,
Yeah.
adulting sucks, man.
It does.
I follow a radio consultant guy. You know, he writes some great articles about things that radio personalities and programmers should keep in mind. And you know, even though I'm out of that genre, I still love it.
Yeah.
So I read his stuff, and yeah, he's really pushing that people on the radio right now should be using Twitch. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it is going through like some type of media revolution because I saw Bobby Bones now has a show on Twitch, which
Okay.
that was like I don't know, Twitch is a great place. I used to love watching video games on there, but like I just never pictured it being this, but it's trying to become this. So I'm interested.
All right.
I'm intrigued. Twitch, if you want to sign us, you know, to some sponsor
do
deal,
it.
let us know.
We're open. So
Yeah, we are. I think I can squeeze it into our schedule.
So how is everyone this morning? Here we are, the last day of August. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. Labor Day weekend coming up. We've never done anything big for Labor Day. I don't know why.
Trish works.
Yeah.
Trish has worked Mondays for
My wife works Mondays
past 15 years.
on
I
the
think.
boo bus. Couldn't
Yeah.
get that out. So yeah, we don't usually do much.
No, because her schedule switches around sometimes, like every couple years. But Mondays is always the constant.
Yeah, she always goes for that.
Yep.
Might be something to do with the time and a half. I don't know. I'm not gonna say.
Or it might be something to do with you complaining on Mondays all the time.
So
now
she wants to get out of here.
She's abandoned me so kindly, so I have to deal with it alone.
How do I complain about Mondays?
Well, yesterday it didn't have to do with Monday. Well,
yesterday I did
it's
say
not
it-
so much back to the Monday thing. It's not so much anymore. You used to hate Mondays.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you still do, but you just don't complain about it as much.
No.
But yeah, no. Yesterday it was complaining about Charlie is what got me. Yeah, you were a little moody last night.
Yeah, I was.
You were.
I was.
You were.
He
If
had
you want to
reached-
say anything right now,
well, I
the floor
just
is yours.
okay. Don't we all have a level? You know,
That's
it's like-
not what I was looking for. I was looking for an apology.
I'm sorry, Matt.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Matt. Matt, I'm sorry.
All right, now tell your side of the story, and then I'll correct it.
Well, doesn't everybody have a level like don't push me over that level? And Charlie I guess just being a puppy, pushed me over that level last night. I just couldn't. He was going to, and this is in the dark, so it's dark now. Maybe we had the porch light on. I'm not sure.
No, we didn't.
He's looking out the back door, barking at I don't know what. Maybe a leaf fell down.
We didn't have the porch light on because I'm responsible of making sure it's off.
Oh, okay.
And it was off.
He was off. Okay. So Charlie's barking out the back door at God knows what. And I'm just trying, Charlie, come on. Hey, come on. Calm down. Charlie, come here. And he would not come. So then Matt came downstairs and he was like, you're going to let him bark all night? I was like, Matt, what am I going to do? Well, you could get up and go get him, take him away.
Play with him, distract.
Yeah.
You have to distract him. The key is distraction.
Right. So I did bring him in, put him on the couch. I brushed him a little bit, but he was trying to bite the brush. I played with some of his toys. We had a little pillow fight, and he calmed down. But then the minute that I went back to, being on my tablet, that was it. He was acting up again.
I have no proof of this because I was upstairs. I heard a continuous bark. So I don't know what he's spewing.
And then when I took him to bed...
Yes, this is what I was talking about, this part.
And then when I took him to bed, he suddenly jumped off the bed, which he's never done before. Mm-hmm. He was too high. He suddenly jumped off the bed, and he was going around the room. He was trying to get Priscilla's robe off the back of the door. He was, I don't know.
He's going crazy.
He was playing with the rug. He was just being a puppy, now that I think about it,
Mm-hmm.
But really, when you're trying to calm down and trying to go to sleep, and... as some of our viewers know, I've got aches and pains, and last night they were aching and paining, and he was just being the pain.
And so I got a text that said, he's barking so he can sleep on the floor.
Yeah. Okay.
And in my head, I'm like, well, that's not going to work because he's just going to keep on barking. So I went in, and I had to take him. I always end up with this dog when he becomes a pest. And so, yeah, I had to take him into my room. And I don't ask for much, but I try to play little video games before bed. It's a hobby of mine.
Yeah.
And he was just chewing everything. He was like ripping up. I have to talk to Trish about this. She's not going to be happy. He was ripping up a piece of my carpet.
Oh.
What else? He was trying to rip up my flip flops, which he's already done. This is
Yep.
my second
Second
pair
pair
of
of
flip flops
flip-flops,
since getting
yep.
this dog. So he's trying to do that, and he destroyed a pillow of mine.
Did he really?
Which
Last
actually,
night?
it was a pillow of Trish's that she put in my room, and she said, let's keep it in here to try and salvage it.
Oh, the
which
American
was
flag one?
probably one of her worst ideas she's ever had. Because it's not doing well, which that's probably not a good thing. We do need to talk to him. You need to respect the American flag.
Yes, you
he's
do.
He's not doing
We are a military family here.
yeah, so we do need to talk to him about that. But yeah, he was being a pest, and I ended up with him. He had to sleep with me last night. You know what I think it was? He wanted, like, a snack. Because the second I got some crackers, I gave him a little piece of it, settled down. He just wanted a little bite, just a little nibble.
So I should keep some, goldfish crackers?
I mean, that's probably not, like, proper dog training.
Right,
It's,
right.
It's probably not advised.
If anyone has any ideas of what I should do when he just gets into full puppy mode at 9 o'clock at night,
It's been
feel
like
free to let
the
me know.
past week. Normally, he doesn't struggle this much with it.
That's true.
But the past week, he's just been going crazy at night.
It's a phase. It's a phase.
And I played with him for probably like 30, 45 minutes before of him just running
around.
running constantly. Yep. I was like, I'm going to tire this dog out. Didn't work. Did not work.
So, any ideas, we're welcome. You can drop them in the chat here during our live broadcast, or if you're watching this later in the day, please mention something in the comments, or you can email us. It's the Pete Braley Show at gmail.com. Yesterday, our totally random thought was, what do you hope gets invented before you die? A couple of comments on Facebook yesterday. Someone said a cure for cancer, obviously. Someone else mentioned a cure for obesity, diabetes, and cancer. Yes, indeed. And Steve mentioned a time machine, which, I don't know. I'm curious about time travel and all that, but I'd hate to go back and get stuck somewhere, huh?
Yeah, that would suck.
That would be totally wild. But anyway, if there's anything you would add, let us know. This is what do you hope gets invented before you die? It is Tuesday, August 31st, and this is show number 58. Today is National Matchmaker Day. National Matchmaker Day.
Someone set me up.
Yeah, hook them up, please.
Ladies, where you at?
It's also National Trail Mix Day. Made with nuts, dried fruit, and grains, trail mix packs a boost of carbohydrates when the body needs it most. It's also referred to sometimes as gorp.
Trail mix is so boring to me.
Is it really?
Yeah, I don't know. I just can't get behind it. People live by it.
Oh, some people do. Yes,
and I just can't get behind it.
I especially love it if you throw in some sweets, like some M&Ms.
Yeah,
that makes it great for me.
Yeah, that's like the people that love granola bars. Can we all agree that they're not that great? Like, I feel like we overhype granola bars. The only reason we like them are because they're easy. Like, it's just the laziness of us that likes granola bars.
And we think we might be benefiting ourselves, doing something healthy, so we get a little pride maybe,
I mean,
look at me, I'm so good.
Yeah, the thing about a lot of granola bar, for some reason I'm struggling with granola bars.
I'm the one that struggles.
But the reason we like them so much and we think that they're healthy, a lot of them actually aren't as healthy as we think. Yeah, I was doing some research the other day.
Look at that.
But we can save that for another time.
All right.
Yeah.
It's also National Eat Outside Day. National Eat Outside Day, which we've never been a big family that likes to eat outside.
Trish always wants to eat outside.
She does.
I'm a realist. I'm down to earth. You eat outside, it's bug and bee central.
Is that why you
That's
don't?
what they want, all of that. So I don't want that. I don't mind sitting. I love being outside, love campfires.
Right.
I just don't want to bring my food outside. Let's eat and then go outside is what I always say. But she always wants to eat outside.
Do you remember the year when I think it was when we had Hurricane Bob that came through the area, the last one that really, hit us, and there were so many bees around that September, and it was because the hurricane had wiped out their homes.
Oh.
So we tried to eat outside, and I can remember what we had. We had chicken, and there were like bees coming from everywhere because they could smell it or something.
You did make it seem like it was like this miracle that you remembered what you had that day. It was chicken. That's probably if you didn't know what you had, that's like you're giving yourself a pretty good chance by just saying chicken.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't challenge that at all. Okay. We probably have chicken like 70% of the time. So,
on the date book for the final day of August, on this day in 1946, Warner Brothers cartoon character Foghorn Leghorn made his debut. On this day in 1954, speaking of hurricanes, Hurricane Carol hit New England. On this day in 1954, there were 65 deaths and 1,000 injuries. Overall, the damage totaled $460 million back in 1954. And Carol was the first hurricane name to be retired. You know how they have, if it's a big, like Ida is going to be retired. Yeah. Mm-hmm. There will never be another Hurricane Carol. On this day in 1971, John Lennon left England for the final time, moving to New York City. On this day in 1987, you know how I love my baseball oddity stories? The Great Potato Incident. As minor league Williamsport Bills catcher Dave Bresnahan attempts to lure an opposing base runner off third base using a potato that was carved to look like a baseball. The umpire called the runner safe. The catcher was fined $50 and was released from the team.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That was 1987 he tried that.
Funny joke, huh? You lost your job.
Yeah.
Now, do you think there's rules against potatoes now?
I could look it up,
I haven't
guess.
read the MLB rule book, but
Yeah.
I know at least in our baseball rule books, I don't think there's ever been rules against potatoes.
No, never has.
I don't know.
On this day in 1980, baseball outfielders Ken Griffey and Ken Griffey Jr. become the first father and son to play on the same team, the Seattle Mariners. The pair hit back-to-back singles in the first inning and both scored.
You know, we always talk about how cool that is. I wonder how Ken Griffey Jr. felt about that. You know, he's like in the MLB. He's like taking this serious. He hits a home run, and his dad's like, "I'm so proud of you, sweetie. Like, good job. Give me a hug. Give Daddy a kiss in the dugout."
I wonder if when Junior struck out, I wonder if Senior went, "Good try. Good try."
Yeah, like, hey, come over in the corner. Talk to me for a second. Come here. Or if he like slammed his helmet, hey, you go sit on the bench and think about what you did. Like, I would hate that. You and me, no, definitely not on the same baseball team.
No, that would
We're
never
barely
work.
on the same podcast.
Yeah.
But you're lucky this is happening.
Let's see. It is August 31st. It was on this day in 1997 that Princess Diana died in a car crash in Paris. And on this day in 2018, A Star is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga premiered.
Such a great movie. Have you seen that one?
I have. Yeah.
It's good.
It is a good movie.
It's sad, but
Yeah.
it's good.
I still love that song, Shallow. I have it on my playlist.
Funny enough, that's not even my favorite song from that movie. From that movie.
Oh, well. What is?
You know, I'm really not doing myself justice here because I don't remember the name of it.
Okay.
It's the one that she sings. I don't know if I'm going to be able to describe this. It's like middle of the movie. She went out. She was. He got her to go out on some shows with her, and she sang it. It's on the piano.
Okay.
Really great. I got to look up the name. I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
Love that song, though.
I'm still trying to figure out what that song Shallow is about. You know?
Well,
Like
why
I-
don't you listen to it and get back to
I
us?
need to study the lyrics,
Okay.
you know, because I can't just listening to it. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. You know, sometimes I need to see the lyrics to know what the writer's trying to say.
There you go.
So.
There's also a movie about it, so
I could do
I
that.
mean, you could watch the movie and probably get the gist of it.
Couple of celebrity birthdays. Richard Gere, the actor, is 72 today, and Larry Fitzgerald, the wide receiver, is 38. Is he playing anywhere this year, or did he retire?
I don't know. I
know-
actually know. I mean,
yeah.
if he's playing anywhere, it's got to be Arizona. I don't think he would leave.
And
I mean, to be honest, I don't know who would take him.
yeah, and he's definitely. I would think if he is playing, this is probably his final year, but I'll have to look that up. Coming up today, we have an update from Human Resources about behavior in the workplace as many Americans head back. Another warning from TikTok. This time it has to do with milk crates. And an email from Val yesterday during the show asking about bottled water. Bottled water. We'll get to that in just a bit. We have any chats coming in this morning?
Well, first off, it's Always Remember Us This Way. That's my favorite song from the movie.
Always remember
Yes,
us.
I got
Okay.
the information for you.
All right.
Let's see. Lots of chats. You guys overwhelm me.
Good morning, everyone.
Because you're so awesome. Let's see. Gail saying good morning. Abby, good morning. Dana, good morning. Dana didn't get to see Mama Braley until 10:45 last night.
Oh, wow.
So that's just a bad day right
Sounds
there.
like a busy day.
Well, you know what, Dana? I didn't get to see her at all. So
I know.
you take that back.
She actually got home this morning before the podcast started.
Yes.
And I haven't seen her yet because I've been in here.
Well, she got back like right before we started here. Dana said Nickelback, good music. He is. I love it. What's your favorite Nickelback song?
And Dana, Dana, thank you for
saying it proudly.
For standing up.
Yes, because
for
I've always said
Nickelback.
it proudly.
Yep.
Gail said the Braley Trophy looks great under the sun. You could slide it back a wee bit. See, the problem is the table's at an angle. I don't have much real estate back there.
Ah, okay.
So that's the issue.
Yeah.
Plus, Pete would just put his coffee in front of it anyways.
Pretty much.
Even the people who don't like Nickelback still know and will sing along with Photograph and Rockstar. That's the thing. I think we just like hating on things to hate on things.
Yeah.
That's just it. Dana says Twitter is not old man friendly. That's true. You know what's
It's
funny,
not?
though, is Facebook is like the least... I don't know. To me, Facebook is the most complicated. And for some reason, that's where, no offense, I'm not offending old people, but Dana said it. Facebook is where all the old people are, and I think Facebook is the most complicated.
Really?
I think Instagram's the easiest.
And they do a pretty good job figuring it out. Yeah.
You know why old people don't like Facebook?
Why?
Because you got to post a picture and maybe show your face. They don't. They like to hide behind their
There you
computer.
go.
Oh, there we go.
A little delayed there,
Yeah,
but
sorry.
okay.
Let's see, Abby. I've never tried Twitter. I don't know. You got to be a specific, like your profession. Good with Twitter.
Yeah.
For you, for me, like music, I think just thrives on Instagram. It's just a lot easier to consume music related
thrives on Instagram.
things.
Okay.
So I think that's why I like Instagram. I love Instagram stories. That's where I find out like the most information. Personally, that's just me. But I don't know. I don't think there's certain needs for Twitter, but I think just as like an average consumer, you're not missing out on much. You used to. Twitter used to be awesome. I used to love Twitter in like middle school, high school.
It used to be. What changed? Did you change?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe it was like just going into the music, side of things.
All right.
I just like Instagram better. I think it's easier. Let's see. Becoming an adult is the worst thing I've ever done. Yeah, same. Honestly,
never should have done it.
I think I'm close enough where I can still go back, so I might go back.
No.
Not. Oh no. Okay.
No.
Yeah. Abby said, "Me too. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? Abby's calling you out. She said, you wrote it in your book. You don't do Mondays.
That's true. Well, we had a big discussion about that because you originally planned for this show to be Tuesday through Friday, didn't you?
I developed a sales pitch for the show because I knew I didn't know exactly his reaction. And so my sales pitch was, we don't need to do Mondays. We'll do Tuesday through Friday. That was my sales pitch to him.
Right.
It was his idea to do Mondays. He said, well, it would be weird. Let's do weekdays.
Right.
And then probably like a week before the show started, he's like, we don't have to do Mondays if we don't want to. And I'm like, well, the trailer had already been out.
That's right.
We said
we already said weekdays.
It was weekdays everywhere.
And I said, yeah, but we didn't say which weekday. Right?
Yeah, he really fought me on it. And I'm like, bro, this was your idea. You didn't have to do Mondays until you
I just thought, let me ask you, as someone who, and we thank you so much for watching.
We're not going back now, but you can.
No, but
continue.
as someone who watches regularly, don't you think it would be weird if we were here Tuesday through Friday and not Monday?
Yes, I thought that the entire time.
Yeah.
But I was like, he's not going to want to do Mondays. So I said it that way. And then you chose Mondays. And I was like, perfect.
That's the thing about adulting. Life changes. You have to adjust. So
I guess.
I have to adjust since I wrote the book.
Dana said, Mondays suck. The only good thing about it are my colleagues. I wish I could say the same.
Hey.
Let's see. Abby said, when the kids have pushed me to that level, they hear period. This is. I love it when people do this. This is my favorite punctuation thing in the world.
Oh.
I have had enough. Separating things by periods. Like if someone does that, they're not effing around. Like they're just not. They scatter after that. Yeah.
So I just need Charlie to get to when I say I've had enough.
Not quite sure if that'll work with a puppy.
I need him to scamper off.
Let's see. Dana said duct tape. That'll keep him quiet. Giggle. You put duct tape on that dog, I kill you.
I'll kill you.
I kill you. I love that dog more than I love myself. Gail, I'm thinking granola bars are not healthy, loaded with sugars and chemicals that are difficult to pronounce. Yeah, that's true.
Good point.
That's true. They are loaded in sugar. It's like a lot of things that we think are healthy have a lot of sugar in them. That's what I've come to learn. Abby said, I was like, okay, maybe we'll eat outside today. Oh, crap, I need to take something out of the freezer, so thank you.
Hey,
that's what we're here for.
Glad we could
This
help.
is your daily reminder, anybody watching. Does something need to get thought out? Because Pete always forgets, so maybe we can help you out.
I have. You're right.
He has quite frequently.
Yep.
I like it, though, because typically we get takeout.
Yeah,
so
when that happens.
Ends up working out great. Well, Trish, the other day, our crock pot broke.
Yes.
So Trish was cooking a pork loin, and then like a couple hours in, we realized the crock pot was broken.
Yeah, she
but, like
walked
the
by
timer and everything worked.
She walked by it 2 hours later and thought, oh, that looks kind of raw.
She felt it, crockpot, stone cold.
Gone.
The timer was working, but the crockpot itself wasn't. So I was like, takeout tonight, huh? And she's like, no, I can just cook it in the oven. I was like, damn it.
Oh, damn it.
I thought we were actually gonna make it. Anyways, Gail said, Abby, the show is increasingly more benefits. Oh, has increasingly more benefits.
Oh.
It does. We learn them every single day.
That's it. Yep, we do.
Let's see. Dana, OMG, foghorn, leghorn. I say boys is as sharp as a bowling ball. I'm sorry. I'm showing my age.
I say the boys as sharp as a bowling ball.
There he goes. Yeah. I should say my lack of age.
I used to do that voice better. I don't know why.
We'll see. Maybe you got to practice. Abby said, hey, if you guys talk to Hunter today, let him know Logan wants to do some covers with him. We were jamming out to his music last night. He's still sleeping. He's kind of a scumbag.
Yeah, Hunter's the late night guy.
Yeah. Not a fan of him, but I'll try and talk to him. Let's see. Diane said good morning. Good morning, Diane. Let's see. I think we're good for now.
All right. We'll check the news for this Tuesday morning. Some details coming in about Hurricane Ida. The storm weakened to a tropical storm early yesterday. As rescue efforts began, it could deliver a soaking rain here in the Northeast Wednesday night into Thursday. More than 1 million customers were without power in Louisiana and Mississippi, and they might be without power for the week, I heard last night. Scores of coastal Louisiana residents were trapped by floodwaters, and pleading to be rescued. Ida's 150-mile-an-hour winds tied it for the fifth strongest hurricane to ever hit the mainland U.S. If you were in Boston late Monday morning, you might have seen or heard the Blue Angels. The U.S. Navy Flight Demonstration Squadron was in the air over the USS Constitution at 11 o'clock. The jets flew over the city for about 5 minutes. Former Congressman Joseph P. Kennedy II, the oldest of Robert F. Kennedy's children, denounced the possible parole of the man convicted of killing his father in California in 1968. In an email, he said, 2 commissioners of the 18-member California Parole Board made a grievous error last Friday in recommending the release of the man who murdered my father. I understand that there are differing views about ending the sentence of this killer, including within my own family, but emotions and opinions do not change facts or history. On Friday, the board found that Sirhan, who's now 77, no longer poses a threat to society, noting that he had enrolled in more than 20 programs, including anger management classes, Tai Chi, and Alcoholics Anonymous. The ruling will be reviewed over the next 4 months. Then it will be sent to the governor of California, who will have 30 days to decide whether to grant it, reverse it, or modify it. The United States completed its withdrawal from Afghanistan late Monday, ending America's longest war and closing a chapter in history likely to be studied and debated for years to come. And hair horns is the latest fashion trend. And yes, we can show you what it looks like. Hair horns.
I think I might get some.
The hairstyle features 2 slanted sprigs of hair sitting on either side of the head that are styled upward with wax paste to look like pointy horns. The hashtag hair horns on TikTok has more than 64 million views, and the hairstyle is popular with men and women.
I don't know if my hairstylist is watching, but what do we think? What do you think? Hair horns?
I think you could rock it. You could pull it off.
I definitely have enough hair.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you like to see that on...
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
The Red Sox struggles on the field continue, and they're beginning to have trouble keeping enough men on the roster. We'll get to that next. But, offices, people heading back to the office after working at home. Is it really so bad to call a coworker by an affectionate name?
Yes.
Yes, darling, it is. You're right. A human resources expert says it is not worth using dated, affectionate terms in the workplace. Greg Giangrande also warns to avoid long hugs.
Just avoid hugs.
Yeah, probably. He notes everyone knows that if you are going in for a work hug, the other person better be giving the body language that it's welcome. And the embrace should not be closer than barely touching, and it should not be longer than the blink of an eye. Otherwise, yes, you are risking being inappropriate. I think you're right. Just don't hug.
I think you know the coworkers that you're friends with, and I feel like that's okay.
The friends that would welcome
just
it.
Random coworkers, no handshakes. Well, actually, no, not anymore. No handshakes.
Yeah,
elbows, awkward. Hey, I support that.
Terms like baby, honey, lovey, darling. Well, the 1950s are calling, and they want their terms of endearment back. Yeah. Are there certain people who can still get away with these terms under certain conditions, certain circumstances, certain people? Probably. But those are unique conditions that don't apply to 99% of the workforce.
Because you're probably good friends with those people.
Yeah. I used to work with someone who was, believe it or not, older than me.
Wow.
And, But he used to do that. He was the guy in the office that could get away with it. He could say, "Hey, hon, could you do this for me?" to one of the secretaries, and it was okay because well, that's just him. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't justify it like that. But.
Yeah. Do many people find those terms offensive?
I mean, you always hate being called hun at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a similar thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, who are you? Why are you calling me hun?
I started calling, I sarcastically, when people want to talk to me or I tell someone something, like in this family, I call them sweetie, and it's for some reason has been like the funniest thing I've started doing. I love doing it. Like, Kat will be like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" I'm like, "I got you, sweetie." Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a hobby of mine.
A hobby?
Yes. But notice how I said, like, my family?
That's right.
Not random people.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
When you were in retail, did you?
No.
Nothing at all, right?
No.
No. It was, can I help you? Thank you.
And guess what? When I was leaving for the day, it'd be like, "All right, guys, see ya."
Yeah.
It would not be...
Hugs.
Come make out
group
with
hug.
me. Danny, come make out with me. No.
So basically, the thought is, why sound dated and risk it with these words? Just don't do it. You know, just don't do it.
Just don't. Okay,
right.
Just don't. Yeah, we do have some chats here.
Okay.
Let's see. Justin said Twitter is the GOAT. This has been the biggest feud we've ever had.
Really?
Instagram versus Twitter. He lives by Twitter.
Does he really? Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Gail said, "It helps me to see the lyrics. Otherwise, I hear other words." That's my favorite thing, though, is when... Because that's like everyone being like a natural, like just a subconscious songwriter. Because everyone like, oh, it must be this word. Because that just fits. That fits right.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Yeah. And then you go like 10 years and you finally realize like, oh my God, it's been the other word this whole time. I think that's the best. I love it when that happens. Like when artists come out and they're like, "Hey guys, by the way, Jason Mraz just did this. It's with
right.
I'm yours. Well,
yes.
You done me, and you bet I felt it. Is well, you done me in you bet I felt it. It's not and you bet I felt it. It's well, you done me in."
He said that's from his Southern Uprising, and it's like you done me in.
Yeah, as opposed to you done me and you bet I felt it.
Right.
And I was like, wow, I've been that was like one of the first songs I learned on the guitar. Been singing that one for years. Been singing it wrong.
There you go.
And you know what? I'm probably going to continue singing it wrong because it's just a habit now. Dana said she must have been speeding to get home. Trish, never.
No.
She would never do that.
Never speed. No.
Let's see. Abby was like, probably because Facebook was the first one, so we like that one. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. But it's nothing like it was. You... See, this is what aggravates me. It's like older people...
It's nothing like it was?
Well, it's like... So there's so many new features and stuff.
Okay. All right.
And so you older people have had no problem learning all the new features of Facebook, but I need to help you print out PowerPoint slides. And
no,
I don't think
that was your mother.
Right.
That
yes,
wasn't me.
But,
your mother.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I feel like you choose when not to understand technology. Just my personal opinion.
Well, don't come at me after 6 at night because I can't think.
Yeah, Dana said, "I like Mondays. The show keeps me out of jail." You know what? I screenshotted that while he was doing the news because that might be our new like saying. The show. Do you need something to keep you out of jail? Watch the Pete Braley Show.
There you go.
Yes.
If nothing else, we keep you out of jail.
Abby said, "Eek, weren't we talking about broken crock pots?" And then she said, "And I purposely wrote eek so you would read that." I hate those types of exclamations in text messages because no one ever says, who like when something happens, they're like, eek.
Eek!
No. But anyways, we were talking about broken crock pots because of This Is Us. The TV show. But I would like everyone to know, someone had mentioned that day that there's now like safety measures in crock pots.
Mm-hmm.
Ours just decided to shut off and not cook our dinner.
There you go.
And that was the worst that happened. Knock on wood. So there we go. All right, back to you, Pete.
All right, switching to sports this morning. After a 6-1 defeat to the Red Hot Rays last night, it's becoming clear that the Red Sox playoff hopes are going to rest on the American League wildcard race. The Red Sox dropped to 9 games behind the Rays with 29 to go. The wild card, fortunately, is a different story than winning the division, as the Red Sox are currently in possession of the second spot, 2 games in front of Oakland. But they're having their troubles off the field. Red Sox reliever Matt Barnes is headed onto the COVID IL. He is the 4th player in the last few days to join alongside Kike Hernandez, Christian Arroyo, and Martin Perez. Evidently, the Red Sox are not at the 85% vaccination level that teams had hoped to get. They're not saying who is and who isn't, but...
I will say that back when I was like, I'm not worried about the Red Sox at all. We're going to be fine. Everyone chill out. I'm a little worried. Just a little bit. I still think we can do well. About, like, the playoffs.
Okay. I was going to say, are you worried about losing more players to COVID? And
we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Just everything. Just a little bit. I wasn't worried. I had a steady hand. But now I'm a little bit worried.
And have you heard about what's going on with the New York Mets?
Yeah.
Javi Baez is the one that started this. Mm-hmm. He was talking about how the Mets players, when they make a good play or they get on base with a hit or something, they have been giving a thumbs down. And what that is the Mets players are flashing, after hits, flashing this to the crowd. Because the crowd has been booing the Mets at home. So Javi Baez said, when we don't get success, we're going to get booed. So they, the fans, are going to get booed when we do get success.
Okay, I want anyone that's going to work in an industry with fans to take out a notebook and say, never do this. Okay, that might be the single worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
The president of the Mets, I think his name is Sandy Alderson, has come out and said,
it's unacceptable.
This is unacceptable. We love our fans. The fans are perfectly allowed to view their, to let their feelings be known.
That's kind of how it works. You don't play well, you don't deserve to get cheered for. Yeah. I mean, I'm all for it. You got to stick it out with the team. But the Mets have been struggling. Yeah. They've been struggling for a while.
So guys, why are you coming after your fans?
Yeah,
man?
The fact is they're still there. They're still wearing Mets gear. You want them not to be there because that wouldn't be good for you either.
Yeah, and they should be happy there are fans watching them.
But that's the whole point of why they're there. Why the players are there is because of the fans. So, I mean, you don't want to disrespect the fans. That might be the dumbest thing I have ever seen.
And then I don't know is the president of the Mets going to start benching guys who do it? I don't know how it's going to play out.
I mean, they're not doing well. What's the difference? Just bench them, I guess.
There will be a 4th season for the show Manifest as Netflix comes to the rescue. And he got upset the other day because I'm probably a season behind. So Kat and Josh were over, and they were saying, well, I better not tell you what happens. And I said, no, go ahead. It'll be a while before I catch up. Go ahead. I don't care. All of a sudden, he comes out of left field with, how. And we thought you don't watch Manifest, but you said, I might.
Yeah. Well, the reason I didn't start it was because I didn't know if they were going to get this final season. So I didn't want to start a show that was going to end without the satisfaction of an ending.
Right.
But now that I know that there's an ending, I might go back and watch it. But Kat loves doing this. I feel like this has happened before. She just wants to, spoil things for people. I don't know why. But it also bugs me that you're okay with it. Because, they wrote the show, they shot the show,
right.
They produced the show, edited the show, and everything. For you to experience it, all. No offense to Kat, she probably would have done a great job explaining it. Mm-hmm. But they did not create the show for Kat to explain to you what happens.
Okay.
Watch the damn season.
All right, I'll watch it.
Watch it and
okay.
experience. And what good is our cliffhangers and stuff and climaxes in shows if you know what's going to happen?
True.
I would love to go back and erase my... You know what we were talking about? What would I want to see invented? If I could erase my mind of the memory of a show so that I could watch it again and experience the unexpected moments again, I would do it. And I would do it for Game of Thrones, and I would stop at the end of season 6.
Yeah.
If I could erase the final 2 seasons from my memory.
I saw.
Anyways, sorry for my rant.
Talking about shows, I saw on Twitter the other day the guy that plays.
What are we talking about?
Walking Dead. Walking
Rick
Dead.
Grimes?
No, Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus.
Yes.
Yeah. I saw on Twitter he posted, because this is the last year, right? This is it.
Yep.
So
Thank God.
the other night he posted something like, "There you go, done." And I was like, "Gee, I wonder what happened. I wonder what because I gave up on it. When did we give up? 2-3 years ago?
I gave up when. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say anything, just in case anyone goes back to watch it. But we gave up a couple years.
Yeah,
ago.
when one character came along, they kind of lost me when they went down that path. So.
Well, it's when they went down that path, and then I thought the path was going to end, and I was like, all right, let's move on. And they were like, no, just kidding. We're going to continue going down this path. And I was like, I think you kind of did it enough justice. Let's end it here.
All right. We'll get to the Manifest story in just a moment.
And probably more TV shows.
Yeah. Even though restaurants are open, a recent survey found that 51% of Americans picked an outdoor barbecue as the ideal venue for socializing this summer. Only 38% say the same about restaurants, and even fewer, 34%, are choosing their own dining room table. 47% of respondents are using cookouts to catch up on the news from friends and family. Labor Day weekend is coming up, so here come the barbecue stories again. Burgers are number 1, hot dogs number 2, and baked beans are among the list of must-have dishes at a cookout. I don't know why baked beans, and no, I'm not talking about potato salad. I don't know why baked beans is so high on that list.
I know, like I do associate that with like barbecue food, but
Do you?
I don't go to a lot of barbecues with baked beans. Like, I don't know why.
Is it a Southern thing? I'll have to ask.
I don't know.
I'll have to ask our Southern friends.
But I don't think it's that popular. I don't know why people go crazy for baked beans.
Spice is also a hot topic around the grill, with 79% saying they like spicy barbecue foods.
Was the pun intended? I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, wow.
No.
Wow.
28% of respondents actually carry a bottle of hot sauce with them at all times.
Who does that? Because I'm sorry, but I'm judging you if you show up with hot sauce.
Show up with your hot sauce.
Yeah, that's
28%.
That's really weird to me.
The top spicy barbecue dishes, according to the poll, are chicken wings, burgers. I don't have many spicy burgers.
Do people make spicy burgers? Is that a thing?
Pulled pork sandwiches. I can see that.
Not that spicy, though.
And baked beans. How do you get spicy? Why do you do spicy?
What is
baked
up with
beans?
this article?
I don't know.
The weirdest human being in the world write this article? They've only been to like really weird cookouts.
My son-in-law Stephen makes a great burger.
Yeah,
he does. And I asked him once. I said, obviously, what do you put in this? He goes, S&P, baby, just salt and pepper.
The S&P 500 stock market, baby.
That's all he does. Salt and pepper.
Yeah,
in these dishes.
That's what a lot of people say.
Yeah,
salt and pepper for things. People try and overdo it.
All right, check of entertainment news this morning. Netflix is bringing Manifest back for a 4th season. NBC canceled the series earlier this year, but when the previous seasons hit Netflix, it was among the most watched on the streaming service. After more than 2 months of fans campaigning for the series to return, Netflix announced over the weekend they are bringing the series back. The 4th season of Manifest will be the longest yet, with 20 episodes. The previous 2 seasons each had 13.
Am I the only one that thinks that's crazy that many people watched it without knowing if there would be a last season? Blows my mind. Who's going to do that? Imagine getting to the last episode and they're like, nah, actually, that's the end.
For those of you that don't watch, and without giving away too much, there's this mystery about what happened to these people. So how can you not wrap it up, There have been other shows like that build you up and then get canceled. And you're like, what?
Which is crazy. There should be like a requirement. You at least got to give the writers a heads up. So even if it's like a really rushed, crappy ending, they can at least end it. Give me some. Yeah. Imagine that. Maybe that's just like the OCD. But like, that would be crazy. It's such a commitment. I mean, you're talking hours of your life that you put into a show just to knock it. It blows my mind that people took that gamble. But props to you. I mean, it worked out.
Yeah.
It worked out. But that's crazy.
And finally, TikTok is issuing another warning, this time regarding the milk crate challenge, due to growing reports of injuries sustained while people try this viral trend. Social media users have been posting videos of the hashtag milk crate challenge. It's a viral trend in which people stack up they make a staircase out of milk crates. And the video is them climbing the staircase and then climbing down. It may sound like a simple task, but they're not sturdy at all.
And it's not like you don't, what's the word I'm looking for? You don't stagger them. Like it doesn't go 1, 2, and you put the second row up in the middle of the next two.
Right.
You stack them. So it's like 1, the next row is 1 on top of the other. The next row is 1, 2, 3. So like you're balancing on a stack of milk crates.
So there's very little stabilization.
Yeah, and there's very little success rate.
Some people have successfully completed the challenge, but the vast majority has failed miserably. And some hospitals are having people come in with broken bones.
Well, can you imagine? Like, they go pretty high. I've seen some videos. They go pretty high. And milk crates, like, those would freaking hurt. Yeah, I mean, I can just imagine, like, the cuts and bruises you're getting from milk crates.
So I was at an orthopedic place.
I thought he was just going to say. So I tried it. And,
oh, no, I ain't doing that.
Turns out it's simple. Okay, I don't know what everyone's talking about.
I was at Hawthorne Medical in the orthopedics area the other day, and I don't know how, but this milk crate challenge came up. And the lady that was in the room with us, she said, well, that guarantees me employment.
Job security.
Yep, pretty much. And we also came up with a good point. How are people getting this many milk crates?
True.
I mean, we have, 2 around, maybe 3? Mm-hmm. It takes, 25?
Oh, yeah.
To make this stairway?
I saw someone posted a TikTok that Walmart, like, had them. They like, rebranded them in the front of the store, like, re-merchandised them in the front of the store with, like, some big signs because they knew everyone was buying milk crates. Walmart probably made, like, a ton of money off them. I mean, they weren't, like, traditional milk crates. They were, like, the new modern-looking ones, but...
Crazy.
Anyways...
All right.
Abby said she saw a girl successfully do it in heels.
In heels?
I mean, you're asking to die, right?
Yes.
Like if you're trying that, that's crazy.
Because depending on the heel, wouldn't it get stuck in the openings of the milk crate?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blows my mind.
How about today's totally random thought?
Let's do it.
Our random thought today. What do you have too much of? What do you have too much of? We have some suggestions here.
Time with my parents.
Noted. Okay. Some people said emails. I have too many emails, which amazes me because I go through my email once or twice a day, and it's like if you're not interested in the subject line, delete. You know.
Yeah, I go through my email every day.
Yeah.
I can't stand. I think we've talked about this before. I can't stand red numbers on my phone.
Oh yeah,
on
the notifications.
Apps.
Yeah. What do you have too much of? Used to be this way, but not with Charlie because he doesn't shed pet hair in my clothes.
Yep.
Yeah, we used to
Funny
have.
Enough, I still find it. It's like weaved into my clothing.
It's around the house. You think?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's somewhere.
We used to have our golden retriever Baxter. He would shed just tumbleweeds. You know,
yeah, he had very very long, long flowing blonde hair.
And you would wear those black. Are they sweatpants or? Exercise pants.
Yes,
you would wear those to work, and lint roll city before he went.
I would have to lint roll, and then I looked at back, so I was like, "Don't you dare come near me! Don't even look at me!
Yeah.
Back away."
So today we ask, what do you have too much of? Do you have too much? Someone said unused items and gifts that take up space in my apartment.
Yeah, that's probably me.
I can relate to that too because every now and then you're like, oh, let me clean out my junk drawer. Let me clean out my nightstand. And then I go through things that, I mean, I have a lanyard from CBS News.
Okay.
That I got in 2002.
I don't think that's that weird, though.
I would
probably keep that.
Yeah. We went down to Grand Central, not Ground Zero. We went down to Ground Zero 1 year after the attack, and we did a live broadcast from there. So everybody had a lanyard from CBS News. Mm-hmm. and I still have mine.
See, I don't think that's weird.
I
would keep that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got some baseball cards.
Again, I would keep that. For me, it's like gifts that I get from people that I don't need anymore, or like I've talked about the coffee mug that I still have that's just in rough shape. But they're gifts, and I don't want to give them away because I feel bad.
Does anyone save...
Someone used their money to buy that for me.
Does anyone save birthday cards? Or
yes, I have a shoebox filled with them. Am I ever going to look at them? Probably not.
That's the thing, is I come across these cards and I'm like, why am I could throw it away, but something stops me. I'm like, no, I shouldn't do that.
Especially with how expensive they are nowadays.
Yeah.
I would feel bad. That's just me. What else we got?
So what do you think? What do you have too much of? Someone said dust in corners. Well,
clean.
You could clean, yeah.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
The obvious answer, what do you have too much of? Weight.
Yeah.
I would like to drop 5 or 10. I don't know. I can't do it. My sweet tooth gets me every time. Last night, 4 or 5 cookies.
I mean, that's actually not that bad.
No?
See, for me, I've talked about how I'm not a big sweets guy, but like when I want sweets, I don't stop. Oreos, whole sleeve. Not the whole package. I'm not a psychopath. But like a whole section of them. Yeah. Okay. Which isn't much better, but I mean, anyways.
What do you have too much of? Another common answer was debt.
That's a tough one.
America has too much debt.
Yeah.
And the final one mentioned is unfinished projects. What do you have too much of? Unfinished projects.
Yeah. I
don't think I do. I did, but I finished up.
Yeah, not like actual projects.
Right.
I probably have a lot of like songs that are like not finished.
That are in development. Yeah.
Songs where like you can kind of tell that they're not going to be good enough. So you just kind of, it's better to cut it loose.
You had this idea, but now as you look at it, you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
So
it happens.
All right. I got to get to this. We got a text from our friend Val during the show yesterday. I didn't read it till afterwards. And the text was, does bottled water taste different? She said it was a Saturday night debate where she was. Does bottled water taste different? And I said to you when I read this that I think some bottled waters taste different than others.
Well, hold on. Bottled water does taste different from like
tap water.
Filtered tap water.
Okay.
It does. And I believe it's an acquired taste because I used to be strictly bottled water.
And you love Poland Spring.
Yes, but first off, it's expensive to only drink bottled water. It adds up.
At one time, when you were playing sports, I was buying 3 cases a week.
And that's bad. Plus, I drink a lot of water. I'm a very hydrated person. So I would have... I mean, it was bad because I literally asked Trish, I was like, hey, can I get like just another trash can for recycling for my bedroom?
Yeah.
That's kind of bad. That's when you know you have a problem. But I was just using way too many plastic bottles, and it's terrible for the environment. So I was like, all right, I'm going to get into reusable water bottles, but I've always hated the taste. It's an acquired taste. I don't mind it now. Now it's just my go-to. I got my Hydro Flask. I'm a basic white girl.
So,
that's me.
But... It was an acquired taste to go to the filter because we have
to get used to it.
We have filtered water,
It's just slightly different. I don't know what it is, but But that what's funny is like when we go to Virginia, like their water tastes different.
Yeah,
I also have to get used to that. But yeah, no, it's not terrible. I will say I had a bottle of water the other day and I drank it in like 2 seconds. And I was like, wow, I guess I miss it. I guess I had an addiction and I miss bottled water.
It's that different, huh? I can't say that I've really noticed it.
It's not that different. I mean, I just drink a lot of water, so I probably just notice. Yeah.
Now, do you also agree that, so the answer is yes, that bottled water does taste different.
100%.
Than tap water or filtered tap water.
Yes.
Right. And then I've noticed that some bottled waters taste different than others.
Yes.
Like
I agree with that as well.
We had Poland Spring for the longest time.
The reason I like Poland Spring a lot was just the quality of the bottle.
Yeah.
Like it was a better experience.
I was buying the Walmart.
I think too much about water. But yes, it's a better experience with Poland Spring.
I was buying the Walmart cases because it was a better price. And I remember you were still, I don't know if you were in high school or if you were at Bridgewater, but you asked me to get the Poland Spring because the Walmart bottle didn't
the cap would like just not screw on properly, so there was a higher chance of it spilling.
And at times it wouldn't sit straight, right?
Yeah, because the plastic was really cheap.
Right.
Yeah.
So we went to the pool in Springwood. I noticed a difference in the taste, and I guess some of them are not. Some of them are just filtered water, right?
Yeah, probably. It's It's probably all fake. It's probably all just like muddy tap water, to be honest.
Made down in Kentucky with mud water.
But it has a great label and a great bottle.
There you go.
There it
so
is.
we buy it.
That's like Fiji water and like those expensive waters. Like, no difference. I mean, you'd be better off getting Poland Springs, but it's a better bottle. I will say, like Aquafina and Dasani, the worst waters for sure.
Did you see there was a meme yesterday of a supermarket water shelf?
Mm-hmm.
It was all gone except for the Dasani.
Yeah.
And it said, even people in Louisiana know that you don't drink
It's the
Dasani.
worst. It's the worst.
Is it
It is
really?
the worst water, yes.
Wow.
Yes. Let's see. Gary said, depending on the water, it does taste different. It does.
It does.
And he did say, I'm better off drinking tap water than Dasani or Aquafina. It's true. Those are the worst waters.
Wow.
They really are. But, I do advise everyone get into reusable water bottles. Plastic bottles are just no bueno. No bueno.
No bueno?
Especially because you can't trust recycling anymore. Ever since that whole thing about recycling doesn't always get recycled.
Yeah.
I don't feel good about recycling.
Yeah, what is it? If the places are
If it's
full
filled, they'll just throw it away.
because I don't know the country. Some country was taking our stuff, and they suddenly said, "Nah, not anymore."
I don't know if it was China, but I kind of feel like it was China.
Was China?
Someone
or-
was taking
or
our
Vietnam
trash
or
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody was taking our recycling and then stopped or cut the amount they take.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just throwing away some of the recycling now.
Yeah.
So
Let's see. We have a couple things about too much stuff.
okay.
What do you have too
Yes.
much of?
What do you have
Abby
too
said
much
I
of?
have too much laundry to put away.
Yeah.
People hate putting away laundry, man. That's like the biggest thing. Like doing laundry, I feel like no one really cares about.
Yeah,
when it
you're
comes
right.
to putting laundry away, we're all like,
I would agree.
do I move out? Do I throw it all away or do I put it away? I mean, I'm debating it.
Well, I've told your mom that I don't mind doing the laundry. Just I need someone to bring it downstairs because I can't come downstairs holding a laundry basket. I would tumble, bumble, fall down.
Yeah, it'd be funny, but it would be, it'd be bad.
yeah.
It would be bad. I don't mind
Then
putting
you'd hate yourself for
laundry
laughing
away.
at me.
See what I do? This is my routine. I do laundry late at night. Everyone picks on me for it. It'll be like midnight.
Yeah.
And Trisha's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Laundry." Just that's how it goes.
You had all day.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. For me, I just always wait until the end of the day, and then the clothes I wore that day, I change in my pajamas,
you
throw them in
go.
the laundry, and do my laundry.
They're all set.
But the reason I do that too is because it'll be done by the next morning, and then I just make part of my morning routine is to put my laundry away. I make my bed, put my laundry away, and get going.
I would agree with Abby though. I don't mind washing it. I don't mind. I don't even mind folding it, but putting it away is another issue.
I don't see folding it as part of the process of putting it away.
Okay.
Like I don't get you people that like fold it and then put it back in the laundry basket
Yeah.
and then put it away. Like
to be
just
carried upstairs.
Just bring it upstairs, fold it, and put it away.
Okay.
You're
Yep.
just adding. You're just adding steps.
Adding a step.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the people that are like, you know what? I'm going to be productive. I'm going to be the best version of myself. I'm going to dump it on my bed because I can't sleep until I put this laundry away. And then they go to bed and just wipe it on the
Move it all
floor.
away.
Yeah, and then go to sleep. Doug does that all the time.
Really?
All the time.
All the
Doug,
time.
yeah, Doug does that. Let's see. There was another thing about too much. Oh, Abby, I have too much patience for idiotic people. See, I have no patience for idiotic people, so can't relate. But
Too much patience.
yep.
Okay. I don't see as that being a thing, but yeah, I guess in your
Well, yeah, I know people that have too much patience.
Yeah.
For you try and be the nice person, but sometimes
sometimes you can't.
you can't.
Yeah, might as well just walk away.
Yep.
Yep.
Gail said, I can taste the chlorine in city water, wherever that city is. I've had well water for so many years now. I can't drink tap water if it's chlorinated. Yuck.
Oh wow.
I don't think I've ever had well water.
No, maybe once or twice, but I can see how that would be an issue. Yeah.
Dana says, I use a Brita and keep it in the fridge.
Oh, okay.
See, but that's the annoying thing is like filling it up. Like, do you ever not fill it up where like you're like, "Ugh, I'm so thirsty, I can't wait for some water." You go in there, it's empty.
Yeah.
That's what we've
or
never
just
had
that
one, but
much.
I've like that's like the ongoing joke. Is like people that don't fill up the Brita.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to you, Bob.
And by the way, the past 2 mornings, we have someone who has not filled up the Keurig. Okay?
You
just saying.
drink. First off, it never gives me the indication light.
I
don't take the time.
give you
I don't
that.
go to make a cup of coffee and like look at the side, like, how are we doing on water, Chief?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that.
I will
if
give you
it's-
that.
If it's good, and the light's not on, I make my cup of
It
coffee.
did
and I
not
move
give
on
you
with
the
it.
light, but when I go up and I look at it, I'm like, that's not enough for my coffee. Maybe it is.
I will wait until it gives me the light and refuses to make my cup of coffee. It knows what to do with me.
Okay. It knows how to handle
If it needs water, it's like, hey, buddy, you ain't getting this cup of coffee. And I'm like, fine, I'll fill it up. But also, you drink like 8 cups of coffee a day. I think it's only
2.
justified
2.
that sometimes 3.
2. Yeah. Sometimes 3 if I really want another. Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like the person that drinks the most coffee in the house.
Should be the one responsible.
That's just me. That's just my opinion.
Anyone else want to weigh in on that? Or should be, if it's low, fill it up. So, anyway. I had one more story to get to today.
Let's do it.
All right. And, yeah, I'd like to get your opinion on this and maybe your friend Justin, too. How would you like to be under 18 living in China? I saw a story on Twitter from NBC News yesterday. China has forbidden anyone under 18 from playing video games for more than 3 hours a week. They say this rule is needed to pull the plug on a growing addiction to what it once described as spiritual opium. They limit anyone under 18 to playing video games for 1 hour a day, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m., on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They can also play an hour at the same time on public holidays.
Nah.
Thoughts? Nah.
I mean, anyone that's ever played video games knows that 1 hour of video games is not enough. That's like, we're talking like 1 Madden game and like maybe 2 games of Call of Duty.
That would take up an hour?
Yeah, that's not enough.
Okay.
That's just not enough.
All right. And only 3 days a week? I mean,
But this is also China where they like limit the amount of kids you can have. So,
true.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give that a no, though. I'm very happy with the. I will say it's fun. Growing up is really funny because we used to play until like literally 2, 3, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Like that was the like middle school. It was play video games until 4 or 5 a.m. and sleep until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that was just life. Like that was just normal.
Yeah.
And you would like meet up and hang out. You would hang out, like play basketball, football, and then go home, play video games from like 7, 8 o'clock at night till like 5 in the morning, and then sleep until 1. I'm sitting here at 22, no clue how I ever did that. We hit 10:30 last night, and I was like, that's a wrap. We've got to call it a night.
I'm out.
You know, got a job in the morning.
Wow.
It's crazy. I don't know how that ever happened. There are certain nights where you like catch a second wind. You're like, I wish I could stay on, but
you
know,
would
responsibilities. And
What time
stuff.
would you start again?
Like
in
7
middle
or 8,
school?
7 or 8 o'clock.
7 or
in the
8,
morning.
and you
Yeah.
go until 3 or 4 in the morning?
Yeah, that was the life. Video games were life back then. But the funny part, and I've mentioned this before, I used to play so much. That's how many hours? I mean, we're talking 7, 8 o'clock, and that's like 10 hours of video games. I was still so bad at certain games. Madden, don't get me wrong. I was back in my prime. I mean, I'll still beat you guys in Madden, but back in my prime, like no one was touching me in Madden. There was one person, one of my friends that came close. It was a constant battle, but that was it. Nobody could touch me in Madden. But Call of Duty, I played the most, and I was so bad. Like Justin could tell you. I don't know if he's here. Justin could tell. I was so bad. I'm better now than I am then, and I play less.
Wow.
It's crazy. I don't know what it is. I was so bad. I was like the laughing stock of all of my friend groups because I was that bad at Call of Duty.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I played so much.
I don't know about anyone else. I can't. He tried. One time I was rehabbing something, a knee or whatever. So, I was climbing the walls, getting bored.
Mm-hmm.
So he tried to teach me Madden, and I could not figure out what to push and where to go.
It was rough to watch. I mean, it's just like we've grown up with it, so we've memorized the control. That's the big thing is like you need to memorize a controller so you don't have to look
You
at
don't
it.
have to think. Yeah, look at it.
Yeah.
What is Justin saying, you said?
He said, and in regards to the China thing, it sucks. A lot of young kids interact with friends on games, especially in COVID times. Yeah, I agree. I will say that. Like, a lot of times we think that, like, playing video games is, like, antisocial. But nowadays, like, that's how you talk to people.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, as parents, we sit here and think, oh, Matt's in his room. He has no friends. But how many people are you talking to at times?
yeah, and I mean, like me and Justin, we're crazy busy nowadays. But, like, that's when we talk. You know? Like, that's when we catch up. Plus, video games are just awesome. Back off, all you.
No.
Plus, if you have someone that plays a lot of video games, encourage them to, like, make it a business. Like, start streaming, make it. There's money in video games.
Well,
if you put in the work.
My son-in-law in Virginia Beach has been in tournaments.
I've told him multiple times, like, he should get into. He's filthy. He's so good. He's so good at it. I've told him he should do something with it, but we'll see.
All right.
He also has that Navy thing that kind of takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a struggle.
It could be a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Our that brings us to the end for today. I don't know if you have anything you want to bring up. If we miss any of your chats, by the way, we apologize. If it's really something important, send it to us. Yeah, in an email or comment or whatever.
Because sometimes there's so many chats, and sometimes it's a case of, like, you know, we talked about that in the beginning of the show, and, like, to loop back would be a lot. Or sometimes I just miss. Like, a lot of times I read a comment, I'm like, and he's talking, and I'm like, all right, when he's done talking, I want to talk about this. My memory is crap. Like, I lose it. I can't find it. And so I do apologize if I ever miss your chat. If you want to, like, type it in all caps, you probably have a better chance. I will think that you're yelling at me, though. So
yes.
just be nice, you know? Justin did say he's better at COD now, but he was like Trish trying to print a PDF in years past. That's a great analogy, because that's what it was. Abby said Logan's Xbox died and he is so sad.
Oh,
I'm not tech savvy enough to fix it. Message me. I mean, I'm not great, but, like, maybe if it's a simple problem, I can help.
Okay.
But yeah, message me. Let me know. Maybe we can fix it. Danny said that's why he's good at an air traffic controller. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were talking about this the other day. Like, a lot of the new, you know, like, drones and all this stuff that are emerging. It's people that played a lot of video games that are getting these jobs, and they're good at it.
They are.
Hand-eye coordination.
And surgeons, too. A lot of the young surgeons are very good at delicate robotic surgeries.
Yeah. It's quick to say that video games seem like a bad thing, but I promise there's a lot of benefits from video games.
Yeah.
But sitting there for 12... What I did in middle school, not healthy. Not healthy, okay?
Are you going to let your kids do that?
Probably, because those were some of the best times I've ever had. Right. So probably. I will probably. Yeah, well, I'm saying that. Then I have a kid, and I'm like, go to bed. It's 7:30. Go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Yeah. Leave me alone.
I've
reached my limit.
Diane said, it's okay if you miss some. We're just talking with each other anyways. I love that, though. I love it when I lose chats because it's filled with you guys talking to each other.
A community
awesome.
has developed.
Yes. And that's it.
All right. We'll bring you our thought for the day today. Doubting yourself is normal. Letting it stop you is a choice.
Boom.
From Mel Robbins, doubting yourself is normal. Letting it stop you is a choice.
Love it.
So, no matter what, we hope you go out and make it a great day.
Peace.